I got this new pop filter, and on my last video where I was talking about having better reels for 2024, it was just like a pop noise, and it was so short. It probably lasted 3 seconds out of the entire video, but I hated it. Is it too distracting? It almost feels like a big old cube that I'm talking into, but it's like a half a cylinder. What's up, everybody? My name's Tanner. I'm a creator for the fitness industry, and today I have a spicy new thing that I'm really excited to tell you about. This is going to take your gym photography and videography to a whole new level and make it stand out above the rest. Now, if you use a camera, you're probably familiar with the different type of filters that are out there. CPL filters, ND filters, there's mist filters. If you use a camera, you're a pro at this. You know these filters. You probably have all of these filters. But this filter, this bad boy, is the most distinctive filter I've ever come across and used. This is the newer Blue Streak filter. Now, this filter is essentially imitating or creating an anamorphic lens flare or effect. And if you're not familiar with anamorphic lenses, these are basically really cool lenses that are used in different cinematic shots or movies. Now, if you've seen like any of the Transformer movies or sci-fi movies like Star Trek, I don't think I've seen them in Star Wars. If they might be in the new ones, I don't remember them though. Anamorphic lenses are known for producing these distinctive lens flares due to their optical internal design. If you've ever seen a blue streak of light go across the frame or go across the shot with your, you're in the theater or whatever, chances are this was an anamorphic lens being used to actually capture that scene, actually capture that shot, or it was created digitally in post if the camera crew or photographer didn't have an actual true anamorphic lens. Now, this filter is a very cost-effective, fun way to create that anamorphic lens without you having to go into post, figure out how to edit it in Premiere Pro or After Effects, Final Cut Pro, or to dish out 500 or 2,000 smackaroonies just to create this one effect for a 3-second shot. Now, this filter has a few benefits really going for it. One, it's really simple to use. If you've ever used a filter before, you already know what's coming, and if you haven't, pay attention because I don't want to lose you on this. You get your lens, you get your filter, and you screw it on. That's all you gotta do. You screw it on. Don't screw it too tight or else you'll be screwed. There's a way that you can actually just turn the filter to where it won't unscrew. So if you're shooting vertically, you can adjust it as you need, or if you're shooting horizontally, you can adjust it as you need. You just want to make sure the streaks are going horizontally no matter what. I've shot some photos. Here are these photos where the streaks were going vertically. Incorrect, wrong, trash them, delete them, drag them to the trash can. They're gone, they're trash. You want to make sure those streaks are going horizontally to really kind of create that anamorphic lens flare effect. Benefit number 2, this is going to make your photos, short form vertical content and your horizontal content stand out above the rest in the creative space, because not a lot of creative professionals appear to be using anamorphic lenses, which is completely understandable. And if you're scrolling through TikTok or if you're scrolling through Instagram and you're seeing this anamorphic lens flare, that's going to make people stop and watch your content, or at least go through your photos and see what you're doing, just because it's so distinctive in a good way. And benefit number 3, I've already mentioned this, but this is a seriously cost-effective way to really enhance your photos and your videos. Just gives it that cinematic punch, that anamorphic lenses can cost anywhere from like $500-ish on the low end to 1,000 or 2,000 smackaroonies on the higher end. And you might be thinking, Tanner, I already shoot Canon or I shoot Sony. I already spent $2,000 on a 50mm lens. I might as well just spend this money on an anamorphic lens and get that true cinematic effect that you're talking about. What gives? Why is this so different? You might not always want that effect. With great lenses, with great effects, comes great responsibility. And I think Ben Parker said that in the recent Spider-Man movie. With great filters comes great responsibility. You might not always want that effect. And this kind of goes into the cons of having this filter, or not really cons, not like a negative thing, just something you should consider, like a cons considers, things that you should consider. This has limited use cases. You don't just want to slap this on your camera and shoot all your scenes with this filter, because it can just create a disconnect with your audience, or it just might not be appropriate. An example is you might just be watching this romance movie and the girl or the female is in her room, she's having the talk with her, not like the talk, like, the kid, it's like, hey, we need to talk about our relationship because I caught you doing this. She's on the phone with her lover. You don't know if the relationship is going to last. It's on the line. And then all of a sudden you see this anamorphic lens flare go across the screen. It's like, whoa, it's just not always appropriate in every single shot. So just Just shoot with care. Just think before you actually start recording or start taking photos with this effect. Make sure it actually fits the scene or the overall project that you're working on, whether it's a video, a movie, a photography shoot. Another thing to consider is this isn't a true anamorphic lens, and there are some dead giveaways. So, or some people, if they know what to look for, they're gonna think, hey, that's not an actual anamorphic lens. That's either edited in post or it's a filter. And a really dead giveaway is if you have multiple light sources, because then you get like 1,000 streaks, and it's just not like a true quality, like the true quality that you might get with an actual anamorphic lens. And it can be overwhelming at times, especially in this shot here where I was recording just an example of how overwhelming it can be. So if you can just eliminate all the light sources, where if you just have like one light source in there, that's totally fine. It'll be done tastefully. You'll have that nice little streak going across. It's not really something negative. It's just something you should be aware of. Overall, this is a really fun, creative, and cost-effective way to bring your content, all your photos, all your videos into a more cinematic light. If you want to use this exact filter, I've linked it down below in the description right underneath that like button. Newer. They didn't sponsor this video. They didn't ask me to say anything nice about them or the product. I just really like this item and I had a lot of fun using it, and I plan to use it more in the future. And that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you learned something new, or if you just really like this video, crush that like button, because that'll help other people become aware of what I'm doing on this platform. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss anything that's going to come out. If you want to see what I'm working on right now, or if you just want to see more personal side of me, you can go on my Instagram, theycallme_Tanner. And if you want to see anything that I've worked on in the past, you can go to my website, theycallmetanner.com. Thank you again for watching. Hope you have a great workout. Hope you have a great meal. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye.